Hello. Hi everyone. It's me back again. It's Tuesday. So before I start the topic today and I picked information about grains, it's important on many levels. So I will try to do my best to share with you what is important, and I hope I will cover all the important things about it. But if not, you can always message me, you can always ask me questions, you can always get into a nitty-gritty if there is anything that you want to check deeper. But before I start the topic that I prepared for you guys, I would love to share and remind you that tomorrow it's Wednesday, so tomorrow on a Wellness Wednesday, we are having a very special Zoom, like every single Wednesday. So I'm not going to do live tomorrow because there is a Zoom, and tomorrow we're going to kick for mocktails and cocktails before long weekend is coming, and on a Memorial weekend just before summer starts, everybody's going to the pools and having parties, and obviously we celebrate with different kind of drinks that we want to have. They don't have to be alcohol drinks, they can be any other way. And that's why on Wednesday we are going to have a really fun Zoom creating and talking about mocktails and cocktails. So if you are interested in hopping on this Zoom and getting that information, those recipes, and who knows what they will be sharing, just let me know. So I will send you a Zoom link or Zoom ID, whatever is best for you, and you will be able to hop on and listen in and see for yourself and watch and learn. So that's about Wednesday. So that's tomorrow, which is May 22nd, and that's 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you're a different time zone, just calculate that for yourself, because those Zooms I'm sharing, they're 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So that's one. And today about grains. Okay, number one, this is the food whole grain. I'm gonna talk about the whole grain. I'm gonna talk about those that are best for us, obviously, but I will mention what is the grain that we shouldn't be anyhow using in our lifestyle, whatever lifestyle you're running. So let's say you want to switch from whatever I eat to healthy lifestyle, and I will share with you what is the one that you shouldn't be eating. So whole grain is something that it's with the people on the globe since early civilizations. It's like old stuff that we are eating, and it's more than 100,000 years ago that it started. So it's really something that our bodies are created to use, are created to digest. And but this is the thing, that we limit that consumptions. Somehow we are not picking the good ones, and I will be honest with you, not every single whole grain is created equal. And whole grains, they have iron, they have fiber, they have vitamin B's in them. They are very good, nutritious for us. They are keeping us full, and they're supposed to be included in a diet. But everybody's supposed to be eating them? No. And that's why we are so bio-individual. We are so different that it's really good to figure it out if I can have and what kind of I can have about whole grains. But there is one type of grains that we shouldn't be even thinking about and using, and commonly it's called refined grains. But what is in that refined grains, like what is putting into that like box? All of the processed food, all of the processed like white bread, like pastas, you know, they have low nutrition value, they are very processed, they are spiking blood sugar heavily, and simply said, because of no nutritious value, like no fibers, no vitamins in them, they are causing problems in our body, they are causing inflammation, they are causing, on a long run, they are causing so much bad stuff, that this is the one thing that we're supposed to be avoiding on all cost. So whole grains, on the other hand, they are slowly digesting, even though you can put, like, you know, white bread and the whole grain bread, those are more carbs, both carbs, but it's a completely different way how they're gonna digest, how they're gonna help our body, and if they're gonna do anything wrong, what is the wrong that they're gonna do. So it's sustaining really high quality of energy in our body. It's promoting the healthy digestion. It's just slowly breaking in our body, so keeping the level of energy in the same place. And it's really, really important to incorporate them into our lifestyle, into our eating, but knowing which one is important too. It's not that you will know, okay, everything, like I will mention today, is a whole grain, but not every single one is for everyone. And let me give you a couple ideas. Like celiac people, you're supposed to be taking a look and going into whole grains that are 1,000,000% gluten-free, and take in consideration that in today's world, oats are growing in the same places like every other whole grain, that they have gluten in them. So wind is blowing and carrying, sometimes, I would say, if it's close, it's all the times, the gluten into the grain of oatmeal. And if you're going to use oatmeals, they have to be certified gluten-free. Otherwise, you just make yourself aware that oatmeal without this certification may have gluten in them, and that's very scary for you guys, for celiac disease, a person that has that celiac disease. But that's not only one reason. You may have to be allergic to gluten, you may have sensitivity to gluten, and that's why picking the gluten-free, it's not only about the celiac. I have Hashimoto, I cannot have gluten. I mean, it's not gonna do the same harm to me like to a celiac person, but still, if I test myself very often, like I was mentioning about that yesterday in my life, but if I will allow myself, I don't know, whole grain bread, sourdough bread, at some point within the 3 months of my testing, I see the difference in my results. So I see how gluten very quickly and sustainingly is causing the problem in my body. So I made a decision, no gluten for me, and period. And I do use grains in my life, and I will tell you which ones and how do I use them. But I pick and choose the ones that have no gluten 1,000,000%. And I know my Hashimoto is not going to kick in. It's just not going to make any harm into me, into my gut or into my thyroid, because I know exactly what is causing the problem. So let me give you some idea, because we are making this video in English. I am living in USA, but I'm Polish. And I bet some people, maybe even from Asia or, Mexico, will be watching me. And guys, we have different grains all over the globe. And it's really important that I was mentioning in the past, in some kind of lives that I was doing, that watching our ancestors, what they were eating, is also very important. And having this in consideration, like what is a typical grain that my genes are used to and what is my body easily going to digest, because my genes, my ancestors were eating that, and my body is created for that. So in America, corn and wheat. That's all about the whole grains, but you can buy most of the others as well. And I will mention about those that are a lot better than the corn and the wheat. So in Europe, we have, look at this, bread that I never even know about this. I didn't hear about grain that it's called bread, but buckwheat, millet, oats, unless they are just putting everything into this bucket, because I see on the list pasta, polenta, risotto, and wheat. So there's many different grains that are possible in Europe to buy, and ancestors were going and trying and eating all the different ones. And since I'm Polish from Europe, these people were eating different grains, and my body is created to eat different. Asia, it's noodle and rice. Australia goes to barley, oats, um, sorghum. I don't even know what that is. Wheat. Africa, it's barley, millet, and I love millet. That's something that it's not on the, oh no, it was on the European list, but I love the millet. Sorghum as well, and taff. And South America is amaranth and quinoa. Both are amazing. So those are really good whole grains that I will recommend always. So, and I will tell you how you can use that. We'll give you a couple ideas. So how to quickly prepare the grains. I will just, that's so easy. That's a lot easier than the beans that I was recording some information about beans. So it's just whole grains are, they will always work for you if you will prepare them at home. There's like, they're so easy to make them. It's just, don't stress about it. But like 1 cup, something is just and my nose. So 1 cup excuse me, 1 cup of dry grains comes to approximately 2 to 4 servings. So when I was learning cooking, when I was starting my family, I was always cooking too much. So that was a learning process for me. But just measure based on the packaging you are buying. Before cooking, add water the way it needs. You can strain it before putting into cooking, so you can just strain all of the, whatever dust and anything that it's coming with in the packaging. Keep it in a cold, dark places so it's not like in the close moisture somehow. You can soak it before cooking. You don't have to soak it before cooking. Bring it to boil, give it to salt, and just reduce heat and simmer for some time. I will give you ideas for how long to cook it because it's important. Every single grain cooks differently. And for some, you can even turn up the heat and just keep it for different minutes, different time. Like brown rice, I will keep it for longer until it cools down, and then I fluff it with a fork. So every single grain cooks a little bit differently, but I will give you a couple ideas. So like amaranth, I don't cook it. I use it for like when I want to do the patty, you call it, the meat. Um, oh my gosh, I forgot a word. Yeah, you want to do the meat patty. So when I want to have this outside covering for the meat, I will use amaranth. But for cooking, if you want to go cooking, 3 cups with 30 minutes of cooking. Excuse me, 1 cup of amaranth and 3 cups of water and 30 minutes of cooking. And that's a gluten-free grain, which I love and I use, I'm telling you, for the patties or however you say it, the meat, the meat that you want to have with the covering on the outside. That's really yummy. Barley is something that is with full gluten, so it's not recommended for many reasons. But 1 cup to 2, 3 cups of water and 90, 60 minutes of cooking. Brown rice, it's like to 1 cup, 2 cups of water and 45 to 60 minutes of cooking. I cook it less and then I let it sit
into this hot pot, so it's just soaking all the moisture and it's getting just yummy. Buckwheat, same like brown rice. It's pretty long cooking, about 30 minutes, and 1 cup to 2 cups of water. And brown rice and buckwheat are gluten free. If you never ate buckwheat, you have two choices. It could be white or how do they call it? Uh, it's just darker. Maybe I will just remind myself of the name and I will just tell you because I forgot how it's called. Cornmeal is gluten free, but I am not recommending to use this one. But it's 1 to 3 about water and pretty quick cooking, about 20 minutes. Couscous, fully gluten grain, and you have 1 to 1 about cooking because it soaks all the water, and couscous a little bit grows while cooking. It's a little different. I was eating that before I got the information that I have Hashimoto, so I stopped, but it was pretty common in my house. Millet is 1 to 2, 1 cup to 2 water, and it cooks pretty quick. I would say sometimes millet is like 15 minutes. If you don't like it at that level, you can cook it up to 30 minutes. But sometimes millet, honestly speaking, it's like 15 minutes and it's done. Oats are quickly cooking, and I know it's very common breakfast meal, but it's not healthy. Just saying, because it's just spiking your sugar early in the morning, and in the morning you shouldn't be concentrating on this kind of food. But oats are cooking also quickly. It just depends if you have whole, the bigger ones, the smaller ones. And I bet you know that's better than me because I'm not using oats at all in my lifestyle. Quinoa is amazing. Quinoa is gluten free. You can use 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water, and it cooks very quickly. Same like millet, 15, maybe 20 minutes. So you can watch that and just make it to your own liking. Always add some salt because the salt will really bring up the flavor and it's a lot tastier when you have the salt. Wild rice, this is something that is gluten free as well, a lot more water because they have a lot of grain on the outside. They soak in that water so much, and cooking is about 1 hour. So wild rice is cooking longer, takes time, but it's also heavy, heavy, and all those vitamins and fiber in it. Very, very recommended grain. So, let me tell you a couple things about different grains that I love and different grains that are gluten free because those are like the ones that I will be recommending to anyone to use for many reasons. Not only they are gluten free, but also they are long time breaking in our body. Ayla, really? Okay, you got it. So, it's like brown rice, buckwheat, millet, and quinoa. These four are really, really my favorite, and I use them with different kind of recipes. My kiddos and my husbands love that. It depends where I'm gonna put that for him or for my girls. The thing is that we will find everything that we love and we will just incorporate that into our diets the way we want it. But they are very heavy in fiber, vitamin B, the minerals, even protein. So that's important to understand that you can put really good grains into your plate and you are leveling up on protein. Plus, you are supporting your health, your digestion tract. You are supporting the blood sugar. That's they're not gonna level up on the sugar level for you. They are keeping your energy on the same weight, and they are very much supporting, heavily supporting your weight. If you wanna go into weight loss or you will want to maintain whatever you accomplished so far, so already you will have huge support from those grains. So brown rice first, um, very good for digestion. Like somehow brown rice works in order to pick up on your thirst. So you will feel that you want to drink more, which is fine, eating brown rice, but balances blood sugar and controls your mood swings. So it's like every single grain has the ingredients in them that they will help navigate our hormones. And those mood swings are nothing else but our hormones working or not working in our favor. And it's really important to understand when we are going into refined grains that we are craving more, that we are hungry more, and all of those moods that we are feeling, it's our hormones working against us. So buckwheat, or maybe you heard name kasha. So buckwheat is the one roasted. I got it. So you have white or roasted, and roasted is just simply a little darker, the amber color, but it doesn't matter which one you pick. It stabilizes the blood sugar as well, very rich in B vitamins, very beneficial for circulation. Um, it's very much strength, building strength for your kidneys. Phytonutrients are in buckwheat. It's gluten free, as all of them that I'm sharing at the end. And the buckwheat is helping with cholesterol panel. So people, and it's me too, that I am eating more buckwheat to regulate my cholesterol levels, which got into the point where I wanted the best. And probably I can always make it better, but I'm loving where I am with my last results. And all of that was done with healthy lifestyle. So millet is this other one that I love. It's very quickly cooking. So sometimes when you need some carbs on the plate and you have everything but carbs, and you can have a bag of millet in the house, honestly speaking, I don't know, half of the cup cooking, it will be just portioned straight for me. And it's like cooking so quickly, like 15 minutes and it's done. It's easy to prepare on the go, on the run, just before you are about to sit down and eat. And you have it hot and warm straight from the pot. So all of them are gluten free. This one too, very high in protein, fiber, iron, magnesium, and phosphorus. So millet has many benefits for our body. It helps with cleansing from candida. Very helpful grain that will work on your body into your favor so much. Improves blood pressure, um, anti-fatigue. The candida symptoms are just going away pretty quickly. It's just amazing detoxifier. Amazing while it's really um, not a full plate of your choices because it has the protein. So even if you are exceeding on millet, you are still going better into choices, what you're putting on your plate. Very calming and supporting your kidneys and overall gut digestion, gut flora. So your stomach is just cooling down on this amazing grain. Mm, and that will be all about millet. And the last one is quinoa. Same, easy, quick to cook. So delicious if you add a little bit of salt. And it's very good in adding into salads, like fluffy, delicious lunches. It doesn't have to be on a dinner plate. It can be in any other meal that you would love to incorporate it because quinoa is very fluffy and very delicate. So it contains all possible that are very important amino acids. It's one thing that I am adding every single day to my healthy lifestyle that I have 9 essential amino acids every single day. It's a complete protein. So even if you will just exceed on quinoa in your meal, you are adding not only grain, but you are also adding the protein. And it's a lot. It's like 8 grams per cup of quinoa. So it's really a lot for a grain to be so heavy. Of course, gluten-free with vitamin D, zinc, iron, magnesium, and calcium. Um, it's amazing for endurance. So it's really huge, I would say, eating quinoa before going to exercise because it is a little bit light on the protein and also this endurance, bringing up your endurance. So like, I'm not saying 30 minutes before your workout, but like 2 hours before the workout. Sometimes I have eggs for that reason, but quinoa will do the same amazing things as well. Helpful for your kidneys, for your heart, and reduction of inflammation in your body. And that's huge. I will be honest with you, inflammation and removing inflammation thanks to quinoa and candida thanks to millet. Those are two very specific and important things from those two grains. That's why I recommend them heavily because they are delicious, quick to cook, and having so many benefits for our body that's just more than a grain. Besides that, buckwheat and brown rice or wild rice are amazing. So that's all from me for today about the grains. I hope there was some information that you can pick and choose for your own healthy lifestyle. Will be amazing if you did. Um, as a short reminder, when you're watching my lives and you want to comment after watching live or watching recorded, doesn't matter, you will be going into the raffle for at the end of the month for the stuff that I'm raffling, and you will be so surprised and happy you did because the stuff that I'm going to raffle will last you for at least 30 days. So I know you will be happy. You are commenting and you will be happy when you win. So that's all from me. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Hop on a Zoom on Wellness Wednesday, and we'll see each other on Thursday. I will think about and pick some topic for you guys on Thursday. See you. Bye. See you on Thursday.